Happy Monday, guys, and welcome to day 12 of my 31-day challenge in August. So this month is just zooming on by. If you aren't familiar with it yet, I will have my playlist linked down below, but I'm doing a 31-day challenge in August where each day I'm giving out a little daily goal or task to complete, and it's all about creating a life that we love, being our best selves, and focusing on positivity and motivation. If you guys are just tuning into the challenge now, you can certainly pick up and just jump right in. No need to feel like, since we started on August 1st, day one was August 1st, no need to feel like you need to go back and do anything else. The only thing that I would suggest is writing down a couple goals that you have for the month, the rest of the year, just goals in general for yourself, because we are kind of working on those throughout the month. But other than that, I do have a calendar. If you would like to download it, you can see what's coming up for the month. You can see maybe what we've done in the past. And I've been having so much fun with this challenge, so much fun reading your comments and kind of forming an even like tighter community within my community on my YouTube channel. It's been such a cool thing. So thank you guys so much for supporting this. But today is Monday. It is August 12th. What I have on the calendar for today is ask for wisdom. I think this is really important to do, to every once in a while reach out to someone, a family member, a friend. I mean, it could even be someone online, but trying to get some wisdom on maybe a problem, maybe something that you're dealing with in your life. Maybe it is going to a coworker or your boss, and asking for some wisdom there. Maybe you are wanting to get a promotion. Maybe you are wanting to get a salary raise. Something along those lines, being able to reach out with someone at your work and be able to get some wisdom as to how you would get to that next step, how you would get to your next goal. Again, maybe it's just reaching out to a friend or a family member and asking for wisdom with whatever it might be that's going on in your life right now, and you just need to reach out. One thing that I've realized about people over quite honestly, like within the past short while here, is that people like to feel needed. We like to feel that we can offer wisdom to other people. We can offer our life experiences to other people. We can offer our advice to other people. And it's interesting that I feel like I've just learned this recently, because it's something that I've done with my blogging career the past 10 years. I'm giving reviews. I'm talking about products I've tried. I'm talking about books I've read. I'm sharing about my experiences. I have blogged about training for my first 5K because I was trying to give people an understanding of how to train for a 5K, for a 10K when you're absolutely a beginner at running. I blogged about that. I blogged about my wedding experience and, being a bride and trying to plan a wedding with a family that lives in another state, because I wanted to see if I could help people with that. So it's interesting that I do that. And of course now with my YouTube channel, with this challenge, but also videos in the past, that I've really tried to open up and share my life experiences and offer wisdom, offer advice to other people who may have gone through similar things that I have. And then of course with all the reviews and all of that too. But I feel like within the past couple months here, it's really clicked to me that people like to feel needed. People like to feel, they like to have someone come up to them and ask for their wisdom, ask for their advice. We'd like to be able to give it out. And of course, not everybody is, not trying to say everybody is that way, but a lot of people are that way. And I've really realized this recently with friends too. I've gotten to the point where I'm a pretty closed off person. It's really hard for me to just open up, for me to talk about my problems. I feel a lot of different things about this, but one thing is I don't like to feel like I'm a burden to people, and I don't like to feel like I'm asking other people to solve my problems, because sometimes that's what I feel when I open up about certain situations. I feel like I'm like, here, you fix this. Like, this is my problem, fix it. But I've had to come to realize that that's not what I'm doing. I'm just asking for advice. I'm just asking for feedback, or have you ever gone through this? Do you have any, suggestions for me on how I can deal with that? So I have found myself throughout the past probably 2 years now getting more closed off and not wanting to talk about a lot of things, because again, for a variety of different reasons. One of them, I don't like people to feel like a burden. I feel scared of judgment a lot. I really do. I feel scared if I go to someone and I say, I'm having this problem, what do you think? I'm afraid of the judgment, because you see it so much in everything now, whether it's real life, whether it's the internet. I mean, you can't do anything these days without someone judging you. Don't even get me started on motherhood, because goodness gracious, everybody is judging your parenting styles. People judge your makeup styles. People judge your fashion sense. People judge how you choose to spend your free time. It's just, we're full of judgment these days, and you can get it from every single angle. So I feel like sometimes I pull back because I'm afraid of judgment too. And probably being more of a presence on the internet these past couple of years have probably played into that too, because I see how easily it is for me to say, like, I did this weekend, and someone's like, I can't believe you did that. It's like, what? Why does that have anything to do with you? I don't understand. So I feel like that's probably a part of what's kind of pulled me in even more too. But a couple months ago, I had a chat with a friend, and I felt like I was really trying to open up, which is very rare for me these days. But I was trying to open up, and I was especially talking about my anxiety, because I have a friend who had also struggled with anxiety, and she talked to me a couple times about it. But we had a pretty good conversation, and I was asking for wisdom in that conversation. I was saying, when you feel like you're having an anxiety attack or a panic attack, what do you do? Because I still, as someone who's dealt with this for so many years, I still don't feel like I know the best way to handle it, especially when I'm around other people. I don't know the best way to go about it, or I would just like someone who's been in that situation to be able to offer advice to me. So I was going to my friend and saying, what suggestions do you have for me? What would be your advice on this? And it was a really helpful conversation. I mean, she gave me some really good pieces of advice, and you know, how she's kind of handled it in the past herself, and I was really very grateful for that. And I left that conversation being reminded that, especially for your core support group, you know, close friends, close family members, whatever it may be, coworkers, whoever it may be, a lot of us do like to feel like we're needed, that we can help in some sort of way. I love when I get to help my friends, when I get to help family members. I'm afraid to make it sound like it's like a selfish thing, like I like to be needed because it makes me feel good about myself, but it does make me feel good about myself when my friends know that they can rely on me and they can count on me. But at the same time, I feel like it makes me feel even better because I know I'm helping someone, and hopefully, you know, helping them in a positive way. For example, a couple months ago, again, I had a friend who needed to move, and she needed to move fairly quickly. And when I found out about it, I changed my entire schedule for that week. I drove an hour and a half to get into another car with a friend to drive 2 hours to help pack, fold her clothes, put them in boxes, put them in the car, and just kind of be there as support. And then drive 2 hours back, get my car, drive another hour and a half home. It was a lot. It was a lot to do. It was a lot of work that I had to kind of rebalance and figure out where I was going to put things, because I had to take some time off from my job at kind of a shorter notice. But I was glad to be there. I was glad to be able to be there for a friend. That made me very happy, and I hope that I helped in that situation. I hope that I was, you know, a helpful support group, and I hope that during our conversations during that time, I was able to offer some wisdom or some advice with her particular situation. So one thing that I try to remember, even though it's something that I still work on to this day, is to be able to open up a little bit more, which might sound funny because I feel like I open up quite a bit on the internet, but I don't open up about absolutely everything. There are some things that I do keep private. There's some situations that I've never talked about online. So even though it might seem like I talk about a whole lot on the internet, there's also a whole lot that I choose not to talk about. One thing that I've come to realize is that it's okay to be able to let friends help me, and that a lot of my friends, a lot of people in my close support group genuinely want to help me. They genuinely want me to be happy. They want me to succeed. So it's something that I try to remember and to be able to lean on them a little bit more, even though it's something that I do struggle with. But I try to remind myself that I enjoy doing it for my friends. They probably enjoy doing it for me, and for my husband, for my family members, and so on. So that is kind of my daily goal for today. And of course, like I've been saying, make this really individual to you. Maybe this is something that you have to think on for a little bit, and think about who it is that you want to go to for some wisdom or for some advice, whether it be a work thing, a personal thing, a family thing, whatever it may be. Maybe it'll be a few days before you'll see someone that you'll be able to have a conversation with, but I do think that it's important to be able to reach out to other people to ask for wisdom, ask for their advice, and you know, also at the same time letting someone else in your close group know that you care about them too, and you care about what they're saying to you, the advice that they can give to you, and your relationship. I think that's a really important thing too. You know, as we've been going along this challenge, it's not only been just about us, but about our relationships with others too, because I do think that's really important. And like I said earlier in the challenge, you know, a lot of times to be our best selves, we have to be our best selves to other people as well. And, you know, it's kind of it can be kind of a struggle sometimes. It can be kind of a battle. I know, especially for me, I'm so introverted. I do a job where the majority of my days are completely by myself, you know, with my dog. And even though I'm talking to thousands of people on the internet, it truly is just me here in my room right now. It's just me when I edit. It's just like, it is just me a lot. Sometimes for me, because of all of that put together, I feel like sometimes I have to work even harder at relationships and, you know, close friendships and things like that, because I can get so into just my own space and doing my own thing. And sometimes I pop out and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, like let's talk to people for real, like let's text someone, let's call someone, let's set up, you know, a lunch date or something like that. So that is just what I wanted to share for today. If you guys want to leave some comments down below and maybe talk about if there's something that you think that would make a good conversation that you might have asking for wisdom, or maybe a time where someone came to you asking for your advice or asking for your wisdom as well, that would be really awesome. I'm gonna be really curious. I feel like I say this in every video, but I'm gonna be really curious to read the comments for today, because this is such a, I mean, every day is such a personal thing, but I feel like this too especially is such a personal topic. It can be so varied with our individual goals and where we're at in our lives right now. It can be such a wide variety of what we're looking for, what we're seeking wisdom for. But I wanted to just share that little conversation that I was able to have with a friend, kind of based around anxiety, and how I was able to get some wisdom from her during that conversation. So that is for day 12, ask someone for wisdom. I wish you guys good luck with this one. I think it's a really important day, so I really hope that you guys will do it. Always feel free, if leaving a public comment isn't for you, you can email me, you can DM me on Twitter. I've been getting a lot of DMs on Twitter, and also on Instagram, and also some emails as well if you guys ever want to chat about anything within this challenge. I'm super happy to talk with you guys, because I've been having some really enlightening conversations with you, and it's really made a big difference for me. So thank you guys so much for taking part of this challenge. It's been really amazing so far. We're almost to the halfway mark, which is crazy, but I wish you luck with today's task. I can't wait to read your comments, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.